pockets, his deep champion pool, and we are going to be seeing Echo here in the LCK.
Yeah, so Echo coming in here against the Azir, and you know what? I really like this. I like that Fly is one of the players here in the LCK going against. Both are able to be done, but AP a little bit safer overall. On the flip side, though, Aatrox, Sejuani, Echo, Varus, and Sir Thomas Kench. So Echo can almost cheat the laning phase, and he has a lot of mobility and flexibility in terms of what kind of modes he can put on. But it's a massive mid-game split for the Gen Z team comp.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they can pilot that to a victory here. Game number 3, a ton on the line, especially for Gen Z. They have to win this, and on the back of an Echo pick. We'll see if they can actually make it happen here as we hop onto the Rift for Game 3 now. Gen Z fans coming in large and in charge, trying to get everybody hyped here for the game at hand. And how can you not be hyped when the Echo gets picked here in the mid lane, especially for Fly, a guy that we didn't really see in the spring season, but now is back in action and is doing quite well for himself. So I feel like he deserves to be given a little bit of a leash to pick weird and new and off-meta stuff, because he does so well on so many of those off-meta picks.
Is definitely mixing up the meta, and I really like to see this. I wish more players were capable of doing stuff like this. Like, it took Korea 6 months to get a hold of Karthus. Come on. What's going on here?
They couldn't find him.
They couldn't quite locate him.
Yeah.
And even still, they don't, even when they do pick him, they don't utilize him to his fullest potential. They don't play around him the way that he deserves to be played around. And so, Korea very slow to adapt to the meta, but
Ooh.
Fly actually botching some of these trades here. And also has the spellbook down here.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, on the
spellbook on the Sejuani.
Sejuani.
Yeah. Sejuani coming in here. As, yeah, I mean, you take that instead of the Aftershock. You don't want to get trundled, basically. So it's one of the options. We've seen other ones, like Blade Footwork, all sorts of fun stuff. But Unsealed Spellbook can be fun, especially from the jungle. You can do all sorts of weird stuff. As, hold the phone, 2018 spring was the last time we've seen this pick. It was from Faker, actually, up against Kuro's Talia in a loss.
Now, some people might be wondering, like, wow, did they just have that stat on standby, or how did they get that up for the graphic? Well, actually, what they did is they called up Papa in Europe, and they just asked him, hey, Papa, do you know when Echo was last played? And he just told them right on the phone, so that's actually how they put that together.
We don't need a stats system.
Yeah, we actually don't use
We just
stats.
have a person, actually.
Yeah.
It's much cheaper, and it makes a lot more sense. As we're going to get the knock up here, but this is Malrong with a nice pillar. We're trying to get Peanut into range to actually help out. They're looking to turn it around now onto Malrong. The stun lands as Peanut is going to miss on the flash, but it does not matter. First blood will be given over to the Varus in the bot lane.
Yeah, and meanwhile, it pans up to top lane. It looks like Linderong and Roach actually had a pretty hefty trade here in the top lane, as Linderong trying to just get the crash in on this Aatrox. And also, we did get the answer. He is going to be going for the Glacial Augment and the AP Nico, so it's not going to be the on-hit Nico against this Aatrox. Take a look at how this all transpires actually right here. So Nova goes in on Ruler first and foremost, and Life Just Eats Me flashes out of the way. But then Malrong trying to run down Peanut, like you said, he whipped on the flash engage, but able to get onto Trundle nonetheless. And so now Gen.G, they're off to a little bit of a start. Now the Echo pick in mid lane is falling behind in the CS department. Some of it is definitely his own fault. But once Echo gets some items under his belt, it becomes so easy for him to wave clear. Ooh, clipped him.
Yeah, nice level knock up there, but red buff and all that good jazz should be fine.
Trundle now just eating all of his jungle camps. Cloud Dragon is the first one of the game, so perhaps it's a little bit more beneficial to the Gen G team composition for the Sejuani, Echo, and Aatrox whenever they would try to engage. And then especially if they can roll a second one, it would be very helpful for them.
Yeah, Cloud can be pretty good in situations like that, as we have a big trade in the mid lane. Fly, of course, extremely agile on the Echo pick. That's one of his big strong points. Just hopping around the fight. Can't really get away from him. Many a fed Echo has terrorized my solo queue games, as he'll be looking to do that here in this one. Haven't seen it happen much in pro play, as we mentioned the last time was, what, 534 days ago, as gonna get that in there, but he gets bopped into the turret, has to use his own ultimate.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers what Echo does, but nice little trade of ultimates there, as now Grace won't be able to, you know, have as much threat as well as much escapability.
And this is Grace's last wave of being able to stay in this lane, and he doesn't have teleport, which is a little bit rough. However, Fly, not having his ultimate or teleport available, doesn't have a way to instantly just get back into the lane. So it's going to be interesting to see what Grace is going to choose to do here. See if Fly cancels the TP. If he sees the Azir, doesn't look like he's going to be able to. And so this minion wave here in mid is going to be able to get crashed into the turret, and then Azir is going to be able to come back on a cannon, which is going to be very beneficial.
That should be very telling that someone is coming up to the top lane. Linderong is going to flash there right at the end. Peanut here, level 5, rather, so
and you know,
follow-up there.
I really like that. They go flash for flash, and now this makes Peanut's ganks so much scarier once he has the level 6, or maybe not. I mean, we've seen how the Sejuani ults have been tonight,
yeah.
So perhaps Nico is just going to be a little bit too tanky. That would end up happening. As Echo, he's back in mid lane. He actually didn't get a very valuable item off of his recall. Doesn't have any more AP. He almost has the tier 2 boots. Marong is leashing the blue right now. It's going to take some time. Grace making his way over. Do you like that Azir skin?
I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion on Azir skins. They all kind of look like the same guy.
Okay.
He's like a bird, right? He does that kind of thing. As
Bird
Shades
is
of
the
Corruption comes down onto Root, and he's actually just going to get burst down and died. As no heal in the lane, and now we're looking for more now, as Life is going to get an extra flash on the back of that fight.
Yeah.
Really min-maxing in that trade, and we'll get so much for this bottom lane.
And I really do have to say that the Root and Nova dynamic doesn't seem as powerful in the laning phase, at least, as Root and Kellen.
Yeah.
It's very surprising to see this being tried out here tonight. As
I'd have to agree.
Ruler and Life are just taking it to them. It's almost a 30 CS gap down there in the bottom lane.
I mean, it's hard, you know.
Yeah.
Root's a young player. It's hard to have all the pressure on the one guy. It's in air. They haven't won a series in some ungodly amount of games. And so they try to switch it up, and that means bringing in new supports and stuff like that. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, especially when you're going up against one of the best bottom lanes in Korea, as he's going to land that, actually, onto the stealth Nico. Pop Blossom looked good for a moment, but he was absolutely dead with no flash and no W available to get away from that one.
Yeah, and that was a really good ultimate by Peanut. You know, we've been talking about how the Sejuani ults have been whiffing a lot today, but Gen G, they're looking like they're going to accelerate so far ahead that Jin Air's just not going to be able to stabilize. As we take a look at this, Chains of Corruption come out, and I just love the absolute confidence of Ruler and Life there seeing lethal. And this is an awful lane state. You'd have to go back about a minute in time to see how this ended up happening, because this is one of the worst feelings in the world. Your jungler isn't on your side of the map, and somehow you have that many spellcaster minions when the cannon's coming in. You had to really mess up. That's a It's like a kitchen Gordon Ramsay couldn't save kind
Oh,
of a mess
God.
up, you know? Oh, jeez. Well,
It
top
was
lane
frozen.
is... Yeah. Top lane is going to be over. And bottom lane does look like it's over, so...
Bottom is over.
Yeah.
They're not really, they're going to be playing from way far behind. Excited to see what the Echo can do as we come along here. He's down about, a good 30 or so CS. Maybe 25. We want to be fair, as it's not the easiest lane against Azir. Azir against a melee, it's a lot of harass you have to deal with. And this is what we were talking about, the bottom lane being over. Root and Nova can't even get close to the wave at this point.
Well. Oh.
Okay.
All right, well, that whiffed.
Yeah. We caught that one on camera, Ruler.
Yeah, we did.
Sorry about that, buddy.
He was hoping that the camera was...
Everybody saw that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit unfortunate. In mid lane, though, there is a CS deficit building there, but part of the dynamic of the matchup to an extent. Fly could be doing a little bit better. We did see him mess up on a couple of the first few waves, but it's not the end of the world by any means, and the Echo is going to scale quite well as Clown Drake going to be picked up here by Gen G. No Skarner E over the wall to steal it away this time, as Infernal is actually going to be the next one of the game. What do you call a Cloud and an Infernal? We didn't do this one.
Yeah, it's a new one. We got a bit of a trade in the mid lane, though, as back into the ultimate is Fly. He's going to be just fine. Grace low on mana, too. And perhaps a teleport gank from the jungler, as he's going to land it again. Peanut finally on point tonight with his Sejuani.
Yep.
Took him a couple of games, but here we are, landing them up against the Nico. Not the easiest thing to do. And it makes it look cool, too, with the teleport play from the jungle.
Spellbook is a highly underutilized jungle rune. It is so powerful, and junglers that just don't need any of the damage runes should, for the most part, probably just be taking Spellbook. Because the Aftershock, in most cases, you don't get that much effectiveness out of it inside of ganks. It tends to be something that comes online a lot later.
Yeah.
But you could also just have heal exhaust, later. That'd be something as well.
Hey, you don't have flash, you can keep your smite, maybe you can get something else. And those summoners, we've seen them be put to great use in a lot of different fights, especially exhaust in recent times seem to be the most obvious one to me. Kennen runs in, you just exhaust him. Same thing about anybody who tries to run in and do a bunch of damage, obviously, so. We'll see what he does end up taking later, but the teleport gank that won't be happening very often did happen for probably the only time in this game. Wow.
Look at that TP. Now, I don't know what kind of technology is necessary to transport a Poro of that size to this side of the map, but it's got to be something special that they're cooking up at Gen G. Is that the... Wait a minute, I just realized.
What's the name of the Poro again?
I actually... Oh, the actual name?
Yeah.
Of the boar?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Tuggles.
Kevin Tuggles?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't pick on Kevin.
Yeah. I'm really sad we haven't gotten to see Tanner today.
Yeah, I know Tanner.
He's
been banned, actually, 3 games in a row.
Yeah, Tanner.
I mean, I understand, right? He's kind of a scary guy.
Someone should have told him. I didn't even see him backstage, so.
Yeah. Didn't really show up for
today. He didn't. He's a bit busy.
He's always got a busy schedule going on.
Yeah, he was.
So it's hard to get him here every day. As, Gen G say, okay, you can have the Rift Herald at 14 minutes. We don't really care.
Yep.
We'll just play the bottom side of the map. We'll get First Blood Turret. We'll get all the plates here for the Ruler and Life. We'll see if they get all of the plates, or it will just be the 4. Looks like they only got 4. As no plates in the top side, though, for the side of Jin Air.
Yeah. The Rift Herald taken a little bit too late, and so Shelly, she's just going to get to... Oh, that's the... Yeah, that is the Prestige Atrox skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always talk about this. It's really important you let the opponent know.
You brought the right one.
Yeah.
As, wow, almost able to kill Inderong there. The piercing arrow maybe a bit short, actually, as Fly going in. 1v3, Roach and Life joining up here for the support. Jin Air was in full retreat mode, so No kills just yet for the Echo.
Now, we're just going to recall here with the Rakan, as the game is pretty much busted wide open, though. It's almost a 4,500 gold deficit here at 14 or 15 minutes. Infernal Dragon is coming up in 1 minute, and you have to assume that Gen.G is going to be the ones that are going to get their hands on that. Let's take another quick look here at this down in bottom.
Oh,
so,
Ruler.
You know what? Ruler, the chains, they haven't been working out that much today.
Q is falling short.
Yeah. It's all right, you know. Just someone get him a Ruler, and maybe it'd be fine. Roach and Fly, yeah, got him right there. As Shelly was brought down up in top lane.
Yeah, we had to see the replay of that one. And, yeah, it's definitely free sailing right now for the side of Gen.G. There's going to be a big fight now as Ruler in a bit of trouble, but has the Tom Kents this time around. And the Infernal is coming up. It's going to be that big objective to see which one of these teams will pick it up.
Peanut.
I have to imagine Gen.G's in a good spot.
Handed over the blue to Fly. And I mean, if Jin Air take a team fight right now, they're going to lose the game. So let's see what kind of decision-making they have right now. I can see them all posturing. I think that they are very excited.
Teleport coming in.
Yeah. Nico taking on the form of Trundle. That would be a pretty bad Freaky Friday, if I do say so myself.
Ooh.
Yeah, that.
No,
not the way you want to do that, I'll tell you that
much.
Yeah.
Larong's going in.
I don't know what Jin Air wants to do here. They're posturing around mid, almost like they're actually getting a funny idea to fight. Roach now also applying pressure.
Yeah, Roach's not here yet, but does have the TP.
Because Roach is in top right now, Jin Air, they're in a bit of a pickle.
Well, it seems like they still want to fight, but Gen.G are very patient about this. You'll notice they're not forcing anything. They're just letting Roach put on the pressure, and they're saying, Jin Air, if you want to really fight, I mean, come to us. Otherwise, you're just going to lose your top lane entirely.
Yeah.
And
man,
has the teleport.
Jin Air is in pretty tough spot right now.
Dire straits.
They're in dire straits for sure, as they're going to be forced to inevitably concede the Infernal Dragon, and that was a very nice guillotine that Gen.G just put to Jin Air's neck, basically, and said, well, what decision do you want to do? Do you want to just give up the Infernal, but after you bled so much in top lane, while also simultaneously giving up control of bottom, or do you want to take a team fight at Infernal, where we'll teleport in Aatrox and you can lose the game?
They eventually chose the I'm going to run away and do nothing strat. They did stop the push in the top side at least, but you know that's basically all they had from there. So can't really blame them for that one, as at least they didn't force a fight and die for it in the game, giving themselves a small chance in this game. Ruler, pretty big right now, 2-0, 200 CS here at 18 minutes, no big deal. 2 big items, too. Nice bounty. See if any bounty hunters in this game decided Jin Air can actually catch him. But kind of doubt it right now, even though Ruler has had a couple of funky moments in this game.
18.5 minutes right now. 6,000 gold lead in favor of Gen.G. Their Varus is quite strong, as well as their Aatrox. Echo is down a little bit in the CS department, but his effectiveness just basically has to come in the form of a stun. And at that point, Jin Air, they don't have a real reliable way of taking down all of the carries. This is going to be a lot of pressure on Grace to salvage this game state, because the Xayah is just so far behind, as is the Nico.
Yeah.
Well,
kind of sitting back here as Fly going 1v1 onto Root. Ended up getting rooted there, so had to just back off of that one. Yeah.
Yeah. That was very
Had
funny.
to weave that one in.
Yeah.
There's not much else going on, so, you know. Nice stopwatch, actually, by Malron. Will avoid both of those ultimates that are pushed out there. Ignite thrown out by Peanut, I believe. Onto Grace, pushing him back.
Not a lot is actually happening, though. I mean, you can see that Gen G, they're trying to really force the agenda here. Linderong missing the route onto Peanut, but even if he would hit, not much could actually happen anyway. Well, it's just going to be a little bit of posturing around here, Valdez, until the mountain probably comes up. Then we're going to have a team fight, and then after the team fight, we might have a Baron.
Or Jin Air can do what they did with the Infernal, where they say,
yeah,
we're just not going to fight you. Here's a mountain. Do what you please. That could happen, too. But let's see if maybe they can get some picks down here from the side of Gen G. Really trying to push the issue in terms of taking away vision around the red side jungle.
Any new good shows on Netflix?
You see that show Dark?
No, I heard about it. I can't remember who tweeted about it. Someone tweeted about it.
Might have been
Was it Papa?
Attilio's.
Oh, was it? Okay.
My favorite cereal brand. He's a big.
Is he a big Netflixer?
Well, he's a big proponent of the show. He was the one that I was talking to him. He came over here during the break, during his undersight league. When he had some time to come on over, he was talking to me about that show. I watched the first couple episodes. He was pretty good.
Okay.
I watched it with
the
the dubbing though. I think you need to watch
Oh, there's
it with
dubbing?
subs. Yeah, it's a German show. But you can watch it with subs.
English?
Yeah.
No.
subs.
I have to use Korean subs.
Why is that?
That's actually how I learn. No, what? Why is that weird?
Wait, what do you mean?
Every show on Netflix I watch with Korean subtitles.
Oh, because with English.
With English audio.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like the German audio.
No.
With the Korean subs, I'm like, have you fully gone off the precipice of this?
Of that this word again, huh?
Yeah, we're bringing it back from yesterday.
Okay.
I know you had trouble with that one. So.
Yeah, it's no big deal. You know what, though? Not as much trouble as Gen G is having doing something here in this game, but continue. Tell me, what is the...
It's a sci-fi show. I don't want to spoil too much because it's one of those shows where you kind of just have to watch it to get into it.
You know what? You're an awful salesperson, and I'm not going to watch it.
It has to deal with...
Me. No, I'm done with it. Teleport coming in mid.
There are some big moments that happen. Yeah, you should definitely watch it.
Some big moments that happen and has to do with time. Yeah, that's great.
Just like Echo.
All right.
I'm really trying to sell you the show here. So.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, I'm just, trying to let you know what's what with the show. Fly is trying to flank here. Jin Air is the most scared we've seen them in a long time. See if they actually land a stun. No, that's not going to happen.
One day a fight will happen.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
How can you be so sure, though?
Just wait until 23:20, okay? Ready?
23:20.
Yeah.
It's only 15 seconds. Okay.
Wait.
All right, I'm waiting.
All right, hold on.
Hope you didn't lie to me.
Just give it a second. 23:20. That's
20?
the point of
Okay, here we go.
return. See?
Here's the fight.
You see?
Where's the fight? I don't see the fight.
Well, she's hitting the minions.
Oh, here we go. No.
I never said it would be between the champions, fellas. It was the minions.
Oh, okay. So there was some action between, killing the minions.
Exactly.
Okay.
Glad that you could follow along.
Yeah. You get one pass for now. But next time I'll be on to you, make sure you don't pull that again.
How awful. How awful the whole statement is. This is actually terrible.
Yeah, this is one of the lowest we've had.
Oh my god. This needs like I don't even, is there something larger than a lull state? This is like a full-on Jigglypuff state. Like, you just play this and people fall asleep.
Yeah. Hey, wait, there's a chance that Jin Air might
Yeah, they're going to get the Baron Valdez.
For the mountain.
No, don't lie to the viewers.
Nova. Okay, he went in. It was a little bit late, but, It's really about the effort.
He almost got there.
Like we talked about
Effort's
before.
not in the game, Valdez. That's next series.
Yeah, I'm just kind of getting ahead of myself. I didn't expect this to go 3 games, but here we are. And, so they got a Mountain Drake now. Gen G up about 11,000 gold. Or not 11,000, wow. 8,000.
An education.
Not even close.
It strikes again.
Where did the 11 even come from? It's like not even close.
Oh
boy.
Man. All right,
This is what they hired me for.
Yeah,
dude.
this is exactly it.
Stream.
Hold on. They might actually be able to get the turret. You know what? I think Peanut actually just made an error. He should have just let them recall. Maybe they actually would have gotten the turret here.
Well, I'm not sure they want to do that. They want to extend this game to... They want to extend the lull state to at least 5 more minutes. That's the idea here. As, we're finally engaging. They blow up that Zaya. And the Protobelt's going to get the kill on the next guy as it's a double kill going to Fly as they finally pull the trigger on top of Jin Air.
Right. They managed to finally pick that up. They're going to head right over to the Baron now. And with the Baron, they should be able to perforate the base of Jin Air Premiums.
They did it.
Yeah, they finally did it.
Finally made it happen. It was a nice little item. Timing spike. We had the Lich Bane for the Echo. We had Bloodthirster for Ruler. He's really not messing around. And they just straight up dove.
Alright, so after 10 minutes of the same song and a dance, Gen G finally had enough. They went in. They got on top of everyone. They raised both middle turrets. They got the Baron. Now with the Baron buff, they can end the game.
Hey,
that's what they can do.
Don't get ahead of yourself, okay? We'll have to wait and see if they decide that this is the Baron or the next Baron is the Baron. Because you never know how long it'll take exactly. Root, with his flash and his ultimate available after that one. Generally, you want to pick Zaya to avoid the engages, but fortunately for him, he's been having a bit of a poor series here. So, wasn't able to respond on time. And Ruler just picked up another item. He's got RFC now. And they are really not messing around. They're actually just pushing straight down the mid lane.
Yeah, they're executing a 1-3-1 right now. And Jin Air do not really have the best answer to this at this current point in the game. 14,000 gold lead, by the way. Unlike Valdez here, I can actually do addition.
Yeah. I believe that would actually be subtraction.
Doesn't this Prestige Aatrox skin look like a giant claw?
Yeah, it does.
It really does, right?
Oh, okay, he actually ulted that time, Root. Able to get the disengage. Grace able to go on in there, lock him down for a bit, but do they have the damage? They actually do. They're going to take down the Echo, but Nico will also be there on the trade. Roach, unfortunately, not able to continue on the push, and the 1-for-1 will be good for Jin Air, but the push will continue.
Yeah, the push is going to continue, and remember, Fly has teleport, so if this would continue an unholy amount of time.
Ooh, Grace getting feisty. Trying to push him away from there.
Roach, he does do quite a bit of damage. Malron coming in, he has the pillar. He can actually pin Roach, I believe.
It's too much of a commitment here as Grace is getting flashed on by Ruler. Knows he has the Tomcat, just goes 1v3 in the base of Jin Air. As well, that's kind of what we were expecting, right? They were down so much gold as Ruler. He had had enough of the lull state, decided he wanted to end the game. Took it into his own hands here. Linderong, that was cute, but you're going to die immediately. As now Fly wants a piece of the action. He'll get another kill for himself, as that will do it. GG will happen as Gen G, they drop one game to Jin Air, but they, in the end, do pick up that victory.
Yeah, and it was a very slow and steady execution.
The Nation's 80 carry, and so making some puns on his name, and talking about Zaya and the Zaya skin, and I went about as far as I could. We got about 3 lines through that entire one.
All right.
Ruler, he had a moment here.
I mean, this was finally the end of the game. And, you know, it looked like Tom was actually a little bit surprised that it was the end of the game right there. They zoomed in on his face.
He had a fun game.
That took a very long time to end.
It really did, you know. They had a lot of tools to engage. They had the Sejuani. They had the Echo.
They can freeze.
Come on.
All right. You know, I mean, that's something you
no,
can
they
do.
Can't.
They can't?
Freeze. No.
Okay.
Nobody can freeze.
You can just keep playing ping pong?
In the LCK, nobody freezes LS, okay?
No
so
big deal.
That's the way it goes. Gen Z, they get the win. It's the most important thing. They go up to 10 wins now, 5 losses. We are going to have another team that joins that exact score line with SKT versus Afrika later. Both of those teams currently 9-5 as well.
Team has ever lost every game, right?
No team has gone 0-18.
Yeah, no team has gone 0-18. No. But there's always a first for everything.
Yeah, this could be a historic season.
Yeah, it really could.
For many different reasons.
And I just hope that in 2020, Janair, they're gonna turn it back around.
Turn it around.
They're gonna turn it around
Some
in the
big
LCK
pickups.
because Janair's not getting relegated.
No,
it's all
I
just
don't
a
think
crew
so.
ploy. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can go down to the promotion maps. They don't.
We talked about this. It's extra practice.
Exactly.
You go down there, you practice against the best league in the world, the Challenger League.
They just get to play a little bit more.
And you use that to get better at League of Legends.
And this is a highlight here. Peanut helping set up that kill there onto Malrong. And then that was really interesting because what's so interesting about this is that Jin Air were the ones that initiated the trade. Almost like they didn't even realize that they themselves were unlethal. This was a really good Sejuani ultimate here by Peanut. Definitely redeemed himself. Here's the teleport. Yeah. And he comes flying in. I'm not sure about the physics behind that. Right.
Yeah.
Going through the walls in the tree, but not for me to decide.
Very agile Poro.
Yeah.
Not able to feather storm.
And then this was it, actually. This was Jin Air deciding that the gold of the turret apparently was more important than getting the proper resets off and then defending. It's imperative that they defended. So anyways, they ended up getting caught between the two turrets right there. The engage allowed Gen G to snowball to a point of no return. And even though they held on right here briefly and they brought Fly down, it just wasn't enough. They also couldn't get Roach. We're going to head into team voice now.
이거 계속 하자. 아질 만화 없어. 지금 탑 가고. 나 그럼 바텀에 텔 탈게.
라칸 여기 있어. 내가 받을게.
야, 라칸 빨리 볼게.
프런트 여기 있어. 기동. 아질 너플. 바로 타게. 바로 가자.
Zero no flash. Almost as if they knew, and then they're saying listen. And Fly also was saying at the beginning that he'll just teleport in.
나 그럼 10초. 니코 솔로. 노플 돌았어. 이거 니코 노플. 니코 봐주고.
Saying Nico no flash, yeah.
나이스, 잘했다.
Said nice, good job.
Well done.
We did good.
Well, maybe for games 2 and 3.
Yeah.
As Varus did a lot of damage in that game. He got angry after the first couple of games. Ruler came in and said, "Well, I'm going to take this into my own hands."
Oh, we did more than all his teammates combined, right?
You don't want to ask me about the math. So it was 7.96 and then 4 and then about 2. So
don't hurt yourself. We have another series.
It was about 19, I think. As I mean, Ruler is going to pick this one up. As I think Peanut did well, Ruler did well.
I'm actually really surprised it wasn't Peanut. Peanut arrived to get everything started, and remember, Ruler, he whiffed a lot of Rs. If you recall, in this game, he missed quite a few Chains of Corruption. He did land this one, which was really nice initiative on getting that kill.
Yeah, but then he got a triple kill when he was up 13,000 gold, LS. Come on.
Okay. All right, Valdez, slow down there. Didn't mean to alarm you with anything here. Okay.
Don't you know how much skill and talent it takes to do this?
You need to slow down, all right? He flashed forward.
He did. He had a Thomas Kent behind him.
He did.
He felt pretty good about that one. adding to his grand KDA. Feeling pretty good about that one. But yeah, we're going to be hearing from him in the MVP interview, so I'm going to hand it over to Ji-sun for the translation.
Thank you very much, guys. Translation, and we'll be hearing from Flight Ruler from Genji. So you guys are the second team to pick up the 10th victory. How do you feel right now, Fly?
저희가 1세트를 졌는데
Well, we lost game number 1.
저희가 승점이
So,
어차피 안 좋다고 생각해서
well, we knew already that our set points aren't really good, so it feels a little bit sad. So I'm really sorry for my fans. So after losing that game, number 1, what kind of feedback went back and forth?
그냥 저희가 던지지 말고 하자는
Let's just
식으로
not
일단
throw games and do as we planned,
정신 차리라고 좀
and
말씀드린
like
것
buckle
같아요.
up, stay focused.
2세트부터는 확 달라진 모습을 다시 보여줬습니다. 플라이 선수 오늘도 팬들의 기대를 실망시키지 않았고
Another Vanguard game from you, Fly. However, Grace kind of tried Tristan a bit as well. Did you expect that?
아니요 예상은
No, I did not at all.
이렇게 픽이 결정이 되고 나서
Then,
어떨 거라고 예상을
what did you expect after seeing the whole composition from Jinair?
3랩 때만 안 죽으면
Well, if I
게임을
like go
이길 수 있다고
defensively in
생각을 했던 것
level 2 and 3, I thought they will be it won't be a hard game.
제대로 억제를 시키면서 게임을 시작을 했습니다. 초반 상황
So
만나보도록
let's
할게요.
have a highlight over here.
네, 이제
Peanut
킬각은
making a
어떻게
gank in mid lane.
그때 일단 왕호가
So Peanut,
오랜만에 미드 갱을 와가지고
it has been a long time since we made the gank in mid lane.
방심했던 것
So I guess Grace was not expecting that.
이때 사실 물량 먹고 이속 증가 받는
So it was
모습도
really impressive because you
인상적이었는데
used your
풀피해서도
potion for your
쓰면서
movement speed
하는
even
걸
though you
정말
are
많이
full
연습을
HP.
하셨나요?
Did you kind of practice that?
자연스럽게 몸이
I
가는
just
것
like followed
플라이 선수의
my
본능에
instincts,
이끌린
naturally.
아주 멋진 플레이였습니다. 자 그리고 3세트에는 룰러 선수가
And game number
바로스
three,
엄청난 활약 보여줬죠.
Your play
사실
on
통산
Varus was
전적이
also on point.
27승 18패로 굉장히 좋은데
So it
이번
has a
서버에서
really
처음
high win rate, but
보내셨어요. 이유가
this was
있을까요?
your first Varus game in the summer split.
딱히 뭐 이유 같은 건 생각나지
Well,
않는데
there's no big reason for not playing Varus,
저희
actually.
코칭 스태프 분들도 이제 왜 안 썼는지도
Well,
자기도 이제
Also, our
모른다고
coaching
이제
staff
쓸 때-
didn't
쓸
know
때가
why
된
we
것
haven't
같다고
been
이야기하셔서
using
쓴
Varus,
것 같습니다.
so they told me today's the time to use it.
타이밍에 등장을 했고요. 그리고 플라이 선수 에코픽
And
정말
also,
기다렸다는 듯이 꺼냈습니다.
Echo
아지르 카운터로
showed up
등장을
in game number 3. Is that a Azir specific counter pick?
그냥 아지르 상대로
Well,
원래
it's just
하려고 연습을 하고
I practiced it
있었습니다.
against Azir,
아주 좋은 타이밍에 또 꺼내주셨습니다.
so I guess today was the
자, 그리고
perfect
룰러
timing.
선수가 어쨌대요. 3세트 젠지가
So
계속
another question for you,
압도적이었는데
Ruler.
사실 라인 킬 이후에 굉장히 오랫동안
There
파밍만 하는
weren't many
모습이었어요.
actions
이렇게
after the
천천히
laning phase.
운영하신 이유가 있을까요?
Why did you guys kind of slow down in terms of macro?
좀 많이 터지다 보니까
Because we got
좀 이제
picked
그냥
off in game number 1 a lot, so we wanted to like go back to the farming play style. We were a little bit shaky.
정말 잘 큰 룰러 선수의 뜸금 앞전면이
So your
있었죠.
flash
마지막
forward
상황
kind of
완전
ended out the
들어갔습니다.
game, so we have a highlight over here.
자, 이때 엄청난 자신감이라고 보면 되겠죠?
Is that was that your confidence?
각이 좋았다 생각을 했어가지고
I mean, I thought that was
다른
the
사람들도
like
많이
perfect
할만했었다고
angle,
생각을
and
합니다.
other players would have pulled that off.
네, 이렇게 트리플까지 만들어내셨습니다. 자, 정말 깔끔하게 2, 3세트 이기면서
So game 2 and 3 was really
가져왔는데요.
clean, and you guys were able to
플라이
get the
선수께
victory.
여쭙고 싶은 게
So
있어요. 사실
I wanna ask you, Fly,
운영사이시다 보니까
because you are the
얼마 전에
master of
어제 가렌이
unorthodox pick.
나왔잖아요.
You know,
그래서
Garen showed up in LCK
어떻게
yesterday.
생각하시는지 좀
Any
들어볼
thoughts
수
on
있을까요?
Garen in competitive games?
일단 제가 탑라이너였다면
If I were a top
저도 한
laner,
번쯤은 해봤을
I
것
would have
같아요.
tried it once.
그냥 딱 그 정도?
That's it.
미드에서는 전혀 생각이
Not in
없으시죠?
mid lane?
네, 캐릭터가 멍청해가지고
Well, that champion is dumb. You know?
네, 플라이 선수에게도 버림받은 우리 가렌 언젠가는 볼 수 있길 바라보겠습니다. 자 그리고 오늘
So, today,
팬분께서 룰러 선수의 팬분께서 룰러 선수의
there was
별명을
a
정말
Ruler's
한가득
fan
적어 오신 게 화면에
writing about you
잡혔었어요.
in the like in the fan sign full of your
이
nicknames.
세상 최고 원딜 많고 많은 원딜
The best
중에
AD
제일
carries
잘난
in the world,
원딜부터 시작해서
The owner of the Zaya
이즈리얼은
skin, the
원딜의
national AD
기본
carry
과정
player,
정말 많습니다.
young and rich,
혹시 딱
tall
눈에
and
띄는 별명
handsome.
있으신가요?
What's your favorite ruler?
너무 눈에 띄는데요.
The master of Cordra kill.
시선을 너무 강탈하네요.
That kind of caught my
쿼드라킬
sight.
장인 룰러 선수 오늘의 별명은 그걸로
So
하겠습니다.
I'm gonna call you the Quadra kill ruler from now on. I mean, we have some bad BM players in my team, you know.
빠따 좀 맞아야 될 것 같아요.
They need to be
많이
punished
맞는 젠지
with a baseball bat.
컬러가 재밌습니다. 자, 이제 다음이 그리핀 아프리카 담원. 아직도
So
정말
you have to
안심할
go
수 없는
against Griffin
대진들이
Africa and
남아있어요.
Tamon Gaming.
플라이 선수
It's
가보도록
not an
할게요.
easy journey.
솔직히 이번 경기 때 좀
Well,
제가 폼이 왔다
during
갔다
this series,
해서 좀
my
좋아했는데
performance
오늘
wasn't
이렇게 받고
that
그래가지고
consistent,
좀
so
자신감 생겨서요.
but we were
열심히
able
해서
to get this win, so
그러면
my confidence is
이길 수
back
있을
now,
것
so we will do our best to
기대해보도록
win
하겠습니다.
our remaining series.
퍼드라킬 장인
And
룰러
to
선수의
Mr.
각오도
Quadra Kill
들어보겠습니다.
Master, any resolutions?
오늘 1세트 좀 많이 불안한 모습 보여드렸는데
Well, we were a bit shaky in
이번
game
남은
number
기간 동안
1, but
준비
we're just
열심히
going to do our
하면은
best in
충분히 더
terms of
잘해줄 수 있다고
preparation, so we're just going to
생각을
improve our
해서 좀더
performance
좋은 모습
and
보여드릴 수 있도록
show
열심히
improved
노력하겠습니다.
gameplays for my
네,
fans.
감사합니다. 여러분 큰 박수 보내주시기 바랍니다. 오늘도 승리 정말
So this
축하드리고요.
will be the end of
감사합니다.
the interview with
감사합니다.
Fly Ruler from Genji,
네,
and I'm going to
플라이
pass it
선수,
back to our
룰러 선수
casters.
기대했습니다.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Ji-sun, as always, for the wonderful translation. Good to hear from the two of those guys. Very interesting characters that both of them have. Fly not going to play Garen because he's dumb, and Ruler is going to punish people with a baseball bat. So definitely a bit of a Monka-esque interview there, I would have to say, for both of those guys. But that's it. That series is over. Genji take the win, but they drop that very important game to Jin Air with it being so competitive at the top. And again, the next match, so much on the line for both of the teams. SKT and Afrika, both with 9 wins and 5 losses, will be looking for the victory.
Yeah, and SK Telecom, they have been on a tear. They're on an 8-game winning streak right now, and Afrika has also been picking up steam again. And so it's going to be really interesting to see the two teams collide because SKT, they're running the gauntlet as they are vying for first place. And, I mean, SK Telecom's standings are also a little bit more important to them than maybe other teams because they have the points from spring.
Yep.
And so wherever they can get seeded for playoffs or how they end up doing, even if they don't win the split, they might just get the auto qualification for Worlds.
Absolutely. If you get second place and then you get second place in points, you know, that's good enough, right? You don't have to win summer. You just get it on points, and could definitely happen for SKT.
Yeah.
But either way, guys, that's going to do it for now. We'll be back in about a half hour for our next series, SKT versus Afrika.